Cloudy World, and man, bro, we gotta talk about this man, Cenat. So if you don't know what's going on, Cenat's been dealing with a pretty big issue where everyone around him seems like they faking some snakes. Now, there's been a narrative about his girlfriend Gigi apparently cheating with young boy, Lil Baby's assistant, and I've covered a few of them, and I even have a few videos on auto upload that's coming out in a few days. But we need to really break down that this man Cenat is in a pretty weak mental place right now. And why does that matter? Well, the last 3 days we've seen I Show Speed, which I know we're talking about Cenat, but I Show Speed get 50 million subscribers. He just turned, I believe, 21 years old. He's been grinding for a very, very long time as well. Yet in the last week, as we've seen I Show Speed hit heights and elevations, not only for himself, for his people, for his culture, but we've seen in that same week of his upward trajectory, Cenat is going in the same equilibrium down, bro. His team has basically made his name look like a laughing stock. And people were already feeling a certain way after he let LeBron James cut his locks, which again, I tell people that hair and things like that, whether you feel it or don't feel it, in certain cultures, especially my own as Jamaican, that's a very spiritual connection. Letting this random billionaire chop your locks off, bro, hey man, I guess, bro. But the change was, as we could see, something that he wanted to do in himself. Yet we're seeing in real life what happens when someone wants to make change happen, but their team and the people around them aren't ready for what that change represents. Now, Cenat clearly, he's been carrying and putting on for the AMP for a long time. Many people don't know this, but Cenat is not the first member of AMP. He's not even the second or third. He, as you can say, was cool with a lot of the AMP members, and he was, I guess, a founding member. However, Davis was the dude who founded the group. That was what the bread and butter, who put things together, who helped them be able to create, keep their content going, keep their pushing. There always has to be someone in the background. The point of why I'm saying this is because Cenat didn't really intend to be some type of leader. He just wanted to be able to push his team and his group and his collective. His collective has become a brand. His collective has become an identity. His collective has become not just an identity of a brand, but it's brands inside brands. AMP inside of Clover Gang, inside of their numerous products, clothing collabs. It's getting ridiculous. Even as we see him about to launch his own clothing brand now too, which a lot of people feel as if it's a bit fake, Vivette, and what's going on with that. Now, I'm never going to hate on somebody for jumping into new lanes. I honestly feel as if the community, and really, I'd say most people, they hate on others trying to reinvent themselves, change themselves to something different. I don't think that I'm ever going to hate on someone for trying something new, and I don't think it's performative to want to have ideas for creation and clothing. I've made multiple pieces of clothing, and I've sold out of every single piece of clothing I've made. I don't have some super crazy brand. It just had my name and my logo on it, and I sold out of every piece that I made. I didn't drop thousands of pieces. I would drop 40 to 120 piece quantities, and I would charge higher value because I put the work into them. I would stitch literally silk inside my hoodies. I literally would go to different trade factories for finding the right metal to make metal bracelets that I sold for $80 each. I've done a lot of cool stuff, and I've had a lot of rappers wear my stuff. But I never wanted to be a clothing designer. I was a creative. I did creative things. Sometimes I'd be shooting music videos and movies with artists and directors. Other times I would just want to create clothing and just want to be seen. But those ambitions don't come from nowhere. And that's what I'm saying, is that to just say that Cenat wants a money grab, he could have been just dropped the hat and made millions. He's made millions off of what they've already done. It just feels disingenuous to say that everything that he's been growing and trying to build is just because he just wants more cheese. But if people don't realize, there was a recent Mafiathon 3, and that was where he had started meeting up and doing more collabs with Kevin Hart. Now, Cenat had openly voiced that he had wanted to get into the lane that Kevin Hart was pushing. Basically, that people don't know, Kevin Hart, also like Kai, has become a brand. Kevin Hart employs hundreds of workers. He makes millions on millions. He's a business to the point where if he stops making motion, people get fired. People lose their jobs. And that's a lot of stress. No one really wants that type of stress. But again, we all work. We all do what we can. We all provide. It's not something that goes unfulfilled. It's hard work and dedication. I'm saying that because this is the point that I want y'all to get. We're in a new age where there's younger and younger people touching unbelievable amounts of funds, money, success, whatever you call it. Yet there's no one helping them understand the mental toll that it takes on them. So when you're seeing all these people saying, why does it matter? This dude, from his perspective, is seeing some of the people he's cared about his whole life switching up and moving so iffy and weird over some bands that he's not even in control of anymore. It's a system now. Just being around him elevates your status in your society. A lot of people don't know there's this member of Clover Gang called Boy He's So Funny, Lil Rodney's son. And when he first was getting on the group, he was a YN, man, same age as me. He was rapping, he was smoking a lot, he was doing what he wanted to. He was out of the focus, out of touch. And I'd say 2, 3, 4 months ago, he just clicked. He got it. He started moving smarter. He even apologized to Kai because Kai offered him almost $100,000 to quit gassing, to quit smoking. But because he was dealing with a lot of trauma, a lot of emotional, mental pain, a lot of things that a lot of young men go through in their places, he said no, he wasn't going to do that. And he apologized to Kai, said that you've done so much for me. I've taken a big break on the gassing. I'm taking my career serious, my content focus serious. I'm going to show you that what you've done for me will be appreciated. And stuff like that, it means something not just to the person that gave a chance. It means something because they've given a chance to 50 other people. Some of them they've given much, much more things to. So when you have those people that genuinely get it and don't stop grinding and have so much thankfulness and appreciation for what it is, it just shows you, bro, what people really mean to other people. Now, again, this isn't to just say that everything Kai Cenat is doing or everything with GG and Young Boy to bring it all back around is just, some inside thing just to bring drama and narratives. It's just saying that Kai Cenat has to have a very big overhaul of his team. And people like Bree, they're solid. People like, Ray Kai, they're solid. These are from people like Ray, they're solid. The people that they're either young to where they're just pushing you and that you can see the fire in them. These are the young bulls who are going to keep pushing the brand. But when you have those homies, the real day ones, those people like the Tylils, the other New York homies he has, when you have those other people in your circle, you got to gut them boys, bro. You got to get them going. You have to get them gutted before their infection rots the whole piece of the meat from the inside out. You get what I'm saying? You have to disinfect yourself from their surrounding. You don't have to hate on them. You don't have to just stop interacting with them 300%. But they can't be around your space. They can't be around your energy. And you're going to have to distance yourself. And the reality was that, as we could already have seen, Kai Cenat was already doing that. If you don't know about Tylil, he's been around for years. And there's a reason why he wasn't really getting a lot of attention and motion in these AMP videos or these things like that, because he was already moving weird and wacky in New York. You can look this up and find it. It's truth. So this is not hate on someone like Tylil, because you need Tylils. You need friends that are genuine, loyal, who will ride till the wheels fall off. Yet in this new era, you have to have a strong understanding of what it means for those wheels to fall off. If you're helping sabotage one of the wheels, you got to get right before you get left, bro. And the fact of the matter is that you've already done so much for bro is that you wouldn't be flawed for stopping it right here. If I was Kai, bro, I would real deal cut off everyone that was not directly in AMP besides Ray Kai, Lil Rodney's son, and Ray. Everyone else got to go. Everyone else got to go. Everyone else has to go. Outside of Bree, because it's back. That's teamwork stuff. But this is what I would recommend if I was Kai Cenat, because people messing up your money, your finances, your narrative, and your image right before you jump into this. You right now they're calling you net worth 50 to 75 million. You're about to jump into that 100, 200, 300, $500 million lane. You can't have people messing up the money right before you get to that next step. It can all come crashing down very, very fast. Those lanes, those fashion industries, those industries where you're playing with a different type of level of capital, other people's funds, other people's money. To me, I never understand why content creators want to go into those lanes unless you're self-providing everything financially. Because when you go into these lanes, you have to understand one thing. You're going into a lane which has been intentionally gate-kept and has only a very few people that have all the power in that lane. If I'm a content creator, why would I want to be forced to start into a whole new lane where people aren't even really rocking with folks? Like, think about it like this. If you have millions and millions of followers, they'll support you. These brands have hundreds of years of impact and growth to where they have those followers. If you have it off the strength, they're useless to you. But people like Kai Cenat are pleasers. You can tell it from his personality. You can tell it from his image. You can tell it from the people around him. And pleasers will never understand when they genuinely have the most power. Pleasers also don't comprehend their power. I think Kai Cenat knows who he is, but I don't think he'll ever hit nobody on that real "I'm Kai Cenat, you know who I am" timing. And because people around him know that, some of these people around him, it just doesn't bode well for his career long term. But let me know what y'all think, man. Do you feel as if Kai Cenat has leeches around him? Do you think that the energy that he's bringing is going to be enough to take on these other billion-dollar fashion conglomerates with Vivette? Do you feel as if Kai Cenat and Gigi and all this stuff going on, was it useful to separate and break into a new person? Or do y'all feel like Kai Cenat is slipping and he's just trying to get back up? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. And we gone.